Hi, welcome to Realistic Intentionality Reads Reddit. My name is Dillon, today's host, and today I have joined with me Dani.
Hi, I'm the guest now. Look at me, I'm in the guest seat.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm not even holding the tablet, guys.
So we have a very special episode today where we will read updates. Best.
You will be reading the updates.
I shall.
Because I did not have any clue of what to do this episode, and you were like, well, we can do whatever. And I was like, why don't you choose? And you chose best Redditor updates, and you asked to read, which it just so happens that you picked best Redditor updates, which are notoriously long to read.
Yeah. And bear with me because I definitely chose the best time to do it, considering I'm sick right now and can barely breathe
Yeah.
and talk.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So you might hear me sniffle.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Realistic Intentionality Reads Reddit.
Yeah, how often do you go on Reddit?
Never.
Never?
No, occasionally, I guess.
For like specific
If I'll
things?
look up something random.
Okay.
Yeah, more random than specific. I don't know. Maybe if if I Google something random, a random question, and the first link that pops up's Reddit, then or when my friend Carlos sends me something funny.
Yeah, because he'll just send you threads.
He hangs
right?
out on Reddit, I'm pretty sure.
So he doesn't even send you like memes or screenshot. He'll just send you the link for you to read through.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Shout out Carlos.
Yep. What's up?
What's
up, Carlos? Okay.
I don't even know if he knows we do this series.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little goofy today. I'm a little shot out. Haven't slept much. Feeling a little off the wall. So, yeah, here we are. Bam. Shabayow.
All right.
Okay. All right. Anything else before we start?
Well, you're the host, so if you want to make small talk, that's probably should be landing on you.
Oh, I've got nothing. Got nothing. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You can delete some of that out.
I'm not.
You bitch. Okay, so first story number one. First story number one. All right. What do I do with myself? Okay. 90% positive my sister-in-law, currently living with us, stole my wife's dog and gave him to her friend. Damn. Okay. I'd be pissed. All right.
Really? It's Sophie.
All right.
We joke about giving her away all the time.
I didn't even connect that dot. Yeah, you're right. I would be pissed. Hello, everybody. We live in Boise, Idaho. Last week, my wife's pug, Banjo, was missing from our backyard. My wife hung up flyers everywhere, and through social media, the search for Banjo has been shared throughout multiple states. We have retrieved tons of calls about sightings of a wandering pug near where we live. We've checked and it haven't been Banjo. My wife's sister, who is living with us at the moment, has expressed her hate that our dog sleeps in a doghouse outside during spring, summer, and warm days in fall. She believes he should be an inside dog and has always hated that he sleeps in a doghouse. My wife always has her dog inside during the day, but most nights he sleeps in his doghouse outside. Anyways, our dog went missing last Saturday morning and the gate was open. We 100% saw him sleeping outside the night before. Apparently, my wife's sister's friend posted to social media with a picture of a brand new pug she got, which happened to be the night before he went missing. When my wife went to look, the friend and sister-in-law blocked her from their social media. We had someone else try and look to see if it was him, but the post was quickly removed, I guess. My sister-in-law's friend usually comes over to our house twice a month, so she knows the dog and our house. The friend hasn't posted any pictures of the dog, but apparently she named the dog Nacho, which sounds decently close to Banjo, and would allow him to come to their call. My sister-in-law instantly gets quiet whenever we bring the Banjo up, and is seriously acting suspicious as crap. There are some other personal details regarding why we believe she would take him. The sister-in-law and friend are both around 19 and act very immaturely. My wife thinks they are keeping him at the friend's boyfriend's house. We found out where he lives, and my wife wants to go on a stakeout to see if we can see if it's him. I want to confront the sister-in-law about it, but my wife is worried if we do, she will tell her friend to move the dog somewhere else to stay out of trouble. My question is, if they really did steal our dog, what can we do about it? Also, any advice would be greatly appreciated. My wife has been so upset this last week, and I just want to find her dog. I have a feeling my sister-in-law did take him and give him to her friend. I just don't want to take action without full-blown proof. We have multiple pictures of Banjo to compare and see if it's him, and also have proof of when we purchased the dog and also the social media posts about him missing. I just want to find him and will be upset if they really did this to us. Thank you for reading.
Well,
She did it.
okay, so let me get this straight. The poster OP is the husband, and it's his wife's pug, and it's his sister-in-law who's the suspect. So basically his wife's sister,
I think so.
who's like 19. Case closed.
Yeah.
A sister stealing her sister's dog.
Yeah, clearly she did.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, and she's 19. Yeah, that tracks. I will say that does kind of suck that they let their dog outside because it is like a pug.
Yeah,
like,
does she hate the dog or does she hate the fact that they leave it outside? Because it said that she hated the dog. I don't know.
Did it?
I thought, but maybe not. I don't know. There was so many like unreadable sentences within that. I made
They're
up
from
some as I went
Boise.
along.
You know, no offense to any listeners in Boise, but
Like I felt like that, like a 14-year-old wrote that.
yeah. Well, think about how people are in your town. I will say that like it is kind of crappy to like leave your pug outside. Like that's not really a dog that can protect
No, I
itself
feel
from
like
predators.
Pug's meant to be inside. Yeah.
So the sister is low-key valid on that. Not the stealing part, but more like the raising her concerns about keeping the dog outside. But yeah, I mean, 19-year-old younger sister, she probably took the dog, you know, and she probably felt like she was giving the dog a better life. But that still is just like such an emotionally immature thing to do because obviously they love Banjo or whatever, you know what I mean? And that is kind of a bummer because I feel like pugs for the most part look very similar to one another, so that probably has been like so painful. Everyone going like there's a pug in a shelter and like having to go look and seeing it's not, and then now the like gaslighting of themselves to like, or the doubt when they see Nacho.
Right, blocking, posting the night before.
Oh yeah, the blocking,
taking the post down. I think it's pretty safe to say that that's your dog.
Right. And at that point it's like the younger sister isn't even a good friend because now she's like letting her best friend bond with this dog that isn't hers, and like when it asks for like legal advice, I mean that's basically theft. I think you can like charge people for that, or at least do like a civil case.
Yeah, at minimum get your dog back. Did you ever take the dog to the vet? Did he have any operation or stitches that could be used to verify? No, we have not. He is a very unique pug, though. Way taller and longer legged than most pugs. Luckily, we have lots of pictures of him to compare. Hey.
Taller, longer legged pug, bro. Maybe the predators were scared of him.
Also, take your animal to the vet. Hate to sound like an ass, but that's terribly irresponsible of you as a dog owner to have never taken your dog to a vet. Dogs need a checkup once a year.
Yeah, or like leaving it outside also, even if it is a scary skinwalker pug.
They responded, he just turned 1 this month. That's why we haven't yet. Edit. Not sure why I am being downvoted. We purchased him as a puppy after he was already given his shots and such. You said he needs to be given a checkup once a year. He just turned 1, and my wife was already planning on taking him to get 1 this month. Edit 2. You guys are completely right. As soon as we find him, we will take him to the vet for a checkup. Shots and Chip. Appreciate the feedback. Aw, I like this person, even though they...
It does kind of sound
Never
like
mind.
they're generally not the best owner.
Hey,
Because now
they're still
this
figuring
dog
it
is
out.
less than a year old. That's like leaving
Sleeping
a
outside.
7 Oy.
Hey, well.
I
you know.
might be on the sister's side now.
Okay, but my first question is, why is this person still living in your house? Have you started eviction proceedings?
Oh, the sister lives in the house?
Apparently so. If this all turns out to be true, then she will be out of the house quick. Just some advice to make sure you evict her legally with written notice in accordance with blah 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 blah.
So
blah.
if
Okay.
she really was like upset that the pug was sleeping outside, she could have brought the pug in.
Right.
Okay. She didn't want the pug to be her problem.
I think she didn't like the pug and had a friend who did.
She didn't like the pug. She didn't like living with the pug, but she also probably did see that there were some valid concerns on the ownership responsibility.
All right. Update.
Oh,
Okay. Update.
I'm still keeping that in.
Okay. Update. Here's an update since my last post. My wife got her friend to confront the friend and her boyfriend who they thought took him. They were recording the whole interaction. The friend and her boyfriend pretended they had no idea who my wife was, even though the girl has came over to our house multiple times over the years and is best friends with my wife's sister. Our dog Banjo was at the door when they answered. After my wife's friend confronted them and told them they were going to get the police involved, they slammed the door in her face. My wife talked to a cop, but was told they couldn't do anything that night since the couple that took our dog lived in the next by city. My wife gave them information about it all and gave them the girl's number who took the dog. The cop called her and left a voicemail after she didn't answer. The cop then called my wife and told her to go to their house with the cop on the line. They then acted like they didn't have a dog. Then, though they just saw the dog when they first confronted them, the cop told my wife to leave the house because the girl wouldn't even come to the door to talk to my wife. The cops told my wife they will call her back once the girl responds to the cop's voicemail. Then, 10 minutes later, the girl who stole the dog texted my wife saying they will give her Banjo back as long as they don't involve the cops. Sketchy. That's written. They met up with them and got Banjo back while being cussed out for stalking them and finding where they live. What? Banjo is now home, and I've never seen my wife so happy with tears of joy. Oh. As for my wife's sister, who is currently living with us and was a part of the whole process, is playing dumb and acting like she didn't know about it until a couple days ago. We will be having a sit-down discussion with her once she gets home and will be giving her an eviction notice on when she needs to be moved out. I will let her know and will be recording the whole conversation as well as writing an eviction notice document. My wife is beyond upset. She would be betrayed by her sister, especially after we're only charging her $50 a month on rent with her own bathroom, letting her use our car to get to work, and even feeding her, so she could save up for a vehicle for herself. As much as I hate being mean to people, I can't allow her to live with us any longer and will be cutting off letting her use the car today. I just really hope she learns a lesson from this, just as much as I have. Thanks everyone for the advice and opinions. We really appreciate it. Now, on to my next update.
Oh.
Yep.
Updateception. An update
Goodness
within
gracious.
an update. Okay.
And it actually says, now, on my next updated. I've read every comment you guys wrote, and I completely agree with you all. First off, I've never really had a dog before because I am not an animal person, sadly. My wife, on the other hand, is the biggest animal lover I've ever met. See, she would literally adopt every animal she has come across if she could.
And then make them sleep outside, yeah.
I wasn't aware pet pugs had such issues sleeping outside, even if he slept in a insulated doghouse. Some more background information. If we didn't let him sleep outside until 2 months ago, he would be inside all day until around 7 p.m. and sleep in his doghouse. Around this time, The outside temperature was averaging 70 degrees outside. Another piece of information I've learned is my wife has actually gave Banjo his worming shots and that tick stuff you give a dog. We live in a subdivision with a decent-sized gated backyard, so I wasn't worried about animals attacking him. Because of the feedback you guys had given me, I have talked to my wife and we will be making Banjo an inside dog from now on. We will also be making sure he gets taken to the vet and get all of his shots and checkups. I apologize if I upset anyone about the way we treated Banjo. I didn't put enough effort into thinking about his sleeping and veterinarian needs. I am currently in the process of potty training our 2.5-year-old son and have been putting more effort than anything else, making sure he is learning and using the potty. So we will be working our hardest to give Banjo the best life he can. My wife loves him more than anything and treats him as another son. I've honestly never seen anyone love a dog as much as my wife loves and treats Banjo. He is super happy and excited to be home, and my son gave him a big hug as soon as he got here. Thank you again for everything you guys have helped me with, advice, thoughts, and your opinions. I will work my hardest to make sure we can be the best dog owners we can possibly be. I'm just glad he is home. Thank you guys again. Edit. Some grammar and update on my sister-in-law. What? Wait, what? Not, I don't know.
He might have edited some of the grammar.
Oh, wait, not enough. Didn't edit it enough.
Not enough. Oh,
not enough.
I was about to say, he didn't update enough. He's giving
No, he updated plenty.
Is
We
there
know all about
more
his life now.
update?
No, I don't think so.
He just wrote that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
What a nice young man.
Yeah. They do sound like a nice family. It kind of just, like, reminds me of, like, and, like, to no offense, like, I say this with, like, love. It reminds me of everyone from your hometown. Where it's like, I don't know what... I've heard of Boise before, so it must not be that small of a town, but it gives me small town vibes where it's like...
Isn't it the capital?
It,
I think it's the capital.
of Idaho?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not certain, but I've heard of it for sure.
It just reminds me of, like, how people talk and act in your town.
Small town
where they're
vibe.
like, we had no idea that, like, a small pug shouldn't be left outside and not see a vet. And then, like, the sister-in-law's friend having it and letting it come to the door first, but then saying, like, we don't have a dog. It's just, like, all, like, the tomfoolery is, like, crazy. I'm glad Banjo's back. Kind of like the name Nacho more. I feel like that was...
Do ya?
Yeah, I like the name Nacho. Yeah. I think the pug's a skinwalker. That's a whole different thing, though.
God, there was something I wanted to say during that, but now it's lost me, so whatever.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely things I wanted to say, too. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Very, very open-minded and, very open-minded kid that guy is.
Yeah,
whatever.
what I was gonna say is that they let the sister-in-law, like, borrow the car.
Yo, what if she didn't actually take the dog? What if the friend just stole it?
No, she for sure took the dog, because then she even said that she didn't know about it until a couple days prior. So it's like, even if she didn't, she did admit to, like, knowing it.
Right, true that.
But, like, dude,
True that.
sister-in-law, younger sister sucks. Really bad. And, like, they're letting her get away with it so easy. Like,
Well, I mean,
I would have kicked her out that fucking night.
I know, dude.
If she's willing to take the dog, she's probably taking other shit from them.
Yeah.
Like stealing jewelry or something.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that also reminded me of people in your town where it's like...
I feel like you don't need to give your younger sibling an eviction notice. Kick them out. They can go back to mom's.
Yeah. Or her boyfriend or her friends, whatever. Her friends had enough room for the dog.
Out the house.
Sister can just, like, take the little igloo bed, doghouse thing, and put that in her friend's yard and sleep in that. You're good.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right.
Interesting.
That all on that. My 33 female husband, 36 male, planned an affair on the trip I planned and paid for. Ooh. The tea. Okay.
already so typical that she's a breadwinner in some sort of capacity and he's having an affair. Just like that dynamic.
Mm.
And has the audacity to plan an affair while on vacation. It's like,
That is crazy work.
oh.
All right. My 33 female husband, 36, planned an affair on the trip I planned and paid for. Hi, everyone. I've been reading these stories for years. I never thought I'd be the one to post. I'm sorry for the too long message. It's harder than I thought to edit, and I don't want to sanitize my words with ChatGPT. Well, thank you for that. Okay.
It's wild that that's just a thing people say now.
Right.
It's like, I'm sorry this writing's gonna suck, but I didn't use artificial intelligence.
Okay. I'm 32 and my husband is 36. We've been married 2 years and together 9. And up until yesterday, I thought we were genuinely happy together. A bit of context. We have this thing where I change my name to random things on his phone every few months. They're always funny and well over the top. The last one was something like perfect human form. It's just a joke, and that's gone on for a few years.
That's awesome.
Sounds like you. Except you don't change it. It's just the best. Not the best, but
Go ahead, tell the
sacred
class.
goddess of light and love.
It's like contact.
So yesterday, he was in the shower and his work phone was out, so I changed my name in his contacts. As I did so, notification for Snapchat came through with an image and the name of a woman he knew back home. He's from another country and moved here, UK, around 10 years ago. As this was his work phone, it was really weird, so I clicked on it. It opened into a 5-day streak chat with this woman, with seriously crude text, photos of both of them, not the face, and them planning to meet up when he goes back. Dates, times, locations, and everything. She was even planning on taking a sick day from work. One of his D-pics... Oh, wait, can we say those? Can we say that?
We called someone a cunt the last episode.
One of his dick pics was in our bed with me in the house. What a piece of work. He is booked to go back for a few weeks, end of November, to see a very sick relative.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I paid for his flights so he could see them before they passed. I had a panic attack and he walked out of the shower to see me hyperventilating. I asked him why and how could he. He said it was only talking and that he'd been feeling neglected recently. I asked how. He said work was stressful and he just wanted someone who wanted him for him, and that he doesn't feel like he's ever enough for me. I had no choice. He hasn't mentioned anything and nothing has changed. A few years ago, I think 3 or 4, when we first moved into our house, he shared that he sometimes didn't feel enough for me. We went to counseling and worked through it. A major effort was made on both of our sides to get through it, and I thought we had. The thing is, I know I can be hard work. I'm closer to type A than type B. I'm pretty successful career-wise, and not massively touchy-feely. But I'm not closed off and have never given a shit about his job or anything like that. I even supported him for 2 years when he took a career break to try and become an actor. For fuck's sake. He hasn't even paid towards the mortgage for 4 years, as I didn't want him to feel dependent on me, stretch his pay too thin. Bro, eat PB&Js and pay your frickin' bills, bro. I don't know why I'm posting or what I expect from this. I just don't know what to do. I've kicked him out for now, but there are major logistics to deal with as I work away and we have 2 dogs. How do I navigate this? I absolutely consider this as cheating. How can I make sure I don't let myself forgive him? He's been my life for almost 10 years. I've supported him in every way. Can I end it for a week of messages? How can I not end it after that? Sorry for all the questions, and I know this post will sit unanswered in the millions of others. I'm so surprised he cheated stories. But within 24 hours, my happy, hard-earned life is in flames, and I'm staring at the wreckage.
there was a lot to unpack in that. So in the beginning of the relationship, he said that he wasn't sure he felt enough for her, and they went to counseling and then worked through it. Um, that in itself is like wild. Like, I think counseling can solve a lot of problems, but I don't know if it could technically solve just not feeling the amount of love you should feel for a partner. Like, that's kind of a wild thing to,
I'm guessing it's like because he doesn't make as much as her. That's what I'm guessing that stems from, maybe.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's got like issues where it's like he wanted to be an actor and it failed, and she's the breadwinner, and he constantly said like he doesn't feel enough or she doesn't do enough, or like, and then also just like even in the present day where he like was saying that she doesn't take care of him enough. Like, it doesn't sound like it sounds like he's very emotionally stunted.
Yeah.
And like he's got his own issues.
Sounds very needy and discontent.
Right. But then it's like she's kind of shortchanging herself. She's like, I am type A and I'm not touchy-feely. It's like, babe, this is not your fault. Like, this dude just fucking sucks.
Yeah, he definitely sucks.
He has a Snapchat on his work phone as like a 30-something dude. Like,
right, dude, what?
Honestly. Oh, just a dick. And it's like, she thinks it's just been a week of like sexting and shit with one person.
Definitely hasn't been just a week.
No, it sounds like this has probably happened a lot. Wild that he knows she's gonna go on his phone to change the name, and then like still it's just like that's a little wild. I don't know. Like, maybe he wanted to get caught. Maybe he was like trying to get out of it. I don't think so.
I think he's just stupid.
And does he even have a dying relative? Because he seems pretty bricked up for that.
No, maybe. I don't know. He don't care.
All right,
let's keep on rolling on down this here spiral.
Okay.
Commenter 1: cancel his flights and kick him out of the house. You don't need this shit in your life. Did you sponsor?
That was good that she's done that already. That she had him leave.
But I worry because she says that she's already questioning whether or not she can end this after a week.
She's gaslighting herself for sure.
I mean, just the like all of the variables about the dying relative, like her paying for his flights, paying the mortgage for 4 years, and then to do this. Yikes. Commenter 2: I would cancel his flight ticket for sure. He is feeling down but not doing anything about it. He is planning to fuck someone else because his ego was stroked. What about your love and devotion? Yeah, it's difficult, but you can do it. And even if you don't divorce him, think about the fact that he actually needs to prove that he is sorry about what he did and not because he was caught. If there is no explanation, the trust will not go back to what it was. It happened to me with my husband. Even now, after 7 years, I don't know why he cheated. I don't trust him, and we regularly argue about anything.
Are they still together, commenter?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Commenter 3: I know you love him. You must love him, given everything you are doing for your relationship. But I personally feel that your relationship is one-sided, and that you are a building block for a mother to him, rather than a life partner, and that there is something fundamentally wrong with him. He is insecure. He has always been insecure. He's never lived up to his potential, and that's why he feels he will never be good enough for you. You will never understand it because you're thinking you are good enough, otherwise I wouldn't. Wait. You will never understand it because you're thinking you are good enough, otherwise I wouldn't be here. But there's a deep, deep issue in his psyche that takes years of intensive therapy to overcome. Plus, the way he has gone about cheating is so strategic, calculated, and borderline sociopathic. Given that his friend is so sick, and this is where his mind is. Leave him. Don't ever go back. Figure out the logistics with your dogs and life situation. Book the therapy sessions and don't ever let him come back in. Let him be where he wants to be. You are young, smart, and have a lot going for you. The last thing you need is a grown man child that disrespects you and steals from your joy. Alright. Let's go ahead and dive into this update. Alright. By the way, this was updated November 14th, 1 month later of this year. This is recent.
Okay.
This recently just went down in the world somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. To start it off, many of you said that he'd been cheating for longer or had done so before. You were right. I originally believed that he'd been cheating for a week, but due to a particularly noticeable carpet in the hotel room one of the dick pics were taken in, I found out it had been going on for at least a month. He, of course, denied it and lied when confronted, but that month included our 9-year anniversary and countless other events, so it was really, really useful to stop me blaming myself. He's still adamant that it's never happened before, and I do believe him. What? Why? But that didn't stop me from taking an STI test, just in case. All clean, thank goodness.
Okay.
He also admitted to lying about them having a previous relationship, and I caught him in another lie about Snapchat messages, so he stayed true to form. Since I kicked him out, we've only spoken twice. He left the dogs, so I guess they're my dogs now, and wants a percentage of my house. I can't speak for other countries, but in the UK, marriage for enough years entitles you to half of everything, regardless of who contributed what. Under advice from a lawyer, we're staying amicable, so he only takes the agreed amount and leaves my pension, savings, etc. alone. On the dogs, I've got a load more dog sitters, and I've agreed to let him stay with him while I'm away with work as long as he covers most of their costs. Outside of this, I did the usual. Changed the locks, canceled his flights, threw all his stuff in a bin on a bin day, I'm guessing that means trash day, and had a full-blown breakdown as a crying drunk for a solid 7 days. I have great friends who are supportive, but he's the only family I have had. So, have started seeing a therapist as well to help process and move forward. I'm taking this as an opportunity for a full reset and evaluation of what I want. So I'm trying to move jobs, sell my house to move closer to friends, and getting a load of dental work that I've been putting off. Throw in some injured dogs, and it's turned out to be a truly horrific month. Honestly, it's really sucked, but I'm rebuilding my life to be something I choose, and it's getting easier week by week. Thank you all so much for your help and comments when I first posted. Seeing the overwhelming support and brutal comments against both him and me put it into perspective and was enough to convince me that I wasn't crazy or overthinking this. I'm massively grateful for the dose of reality, and don't worry, to all of you who called me a doormat, thanks for that. I won't be taking him back or allowing anyone else to take advantage of me like that again. May the force be with you, random Reddit strangers, and thank you again.
Alright, she likes Star Wars. Okay, so first off, she said that in the UK, if you were married, that usually entitles... I thought that, at least around here, there's infidelity that can get proven. Usually you can, like, kind of get out of that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Hopefully OP looks into that. But...
What a piece of trash.
Dude, he just kept lying, dude. Yeah. Like, he must actually be an idiot. And, like, I guess he did try to, like, be an actor for 2 years. And I'm not saying actors are dumb, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. The dude's lacking, obviously. That's crazy.
He's not an actor. He's a failed actor.
Right. Well, he tried to be, and just, like...
Right.
Yeah, what an idiot, dude. And, like, the dick pic, or one of the dick pics being, like, in a with a distinctive, like, carpet from, like, a hotel. It's like, maybe that's why hotels all have, like, crazy-ass carpet.
That's crazy,
Got him.
dude. I can't believe that, man. Dude, just do yourself a favor and, like, try to, like, have a little bit of decency. Just give her the house. Don't try to take half the house. You cheated on her.
Dude.
She's been paying the mortgage for 4 years.
Buddy's been like leeching off her. You know, he's gonna try to get everything.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. Let me see. Let's I want to hear some of these comments after that one. Can he still get half the house even though he hasn't contributed anything in 4 years? Yeah. It's a law I generally agree with to protect stay-at-home parents. Apparently the law doesn't differentiate between that and someone who wanted to try acting. Are you sure you can't still try to fight this, though? If you don't have kids together and there's evidence he cheated, hopefully the courts wouldn't rule to give him 50%. Regardless, within this context, would they? Please seek more legal counsel, OP. This doesn't sound right or fair. Also, who made the down payment? I'd get all your receipts and ducks in a row to at least fight him getting a cent more than he's legally entitled to. And OOP. And 2 lawyers agree. I'm staying amicable and trading the house for the rest. I don't want his debt either. Also on the table legally. So, compromise is the aim of the game. Let's see. One more. I'm so curious. How has this been for him and how did he react? Was he sad, trying to make it right, heartbroken, without remorse? Very, very sad. He spent the first few weeks feeling really sorry for himself and in shock. He stopped blaming anything except himself, I think due to the therapist, and going down the route of saying it was self-sabotage, depression, and he needs to work on himself for a bit. This may all be very true, and to be honest, I kind of think it is, but he hasn't tried to reconcile or even made much of an effort to fight. No begging to chat or turning up, no suggestion of couples counseling, etc. He just kinda rolled over and been licking his wounds.
Yeah, he wanted it to be over.
Yeah. You know he makes good decisions because he has a Snapchat on his work phone.
Yeah. Been there. We
And
rounded
stored-
that base already.
And stored dick pics on said phone.
Yeah.
Okay, any final comments? Questions or concerns?
Buddy can get fucked. And OP, I hope OP goes through some therapy. Did she mention that? I know she
Yeah,
mentioned friends
she
and
did.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she.
Because the
yeah.
fact that she's even like, oh, well, he hasn't even tried to reconcile. It's like, girly, you can do so much better. Why bother with him? Like, no.
Yeah, dude's a loser.
Dude's a loser. You can do so much better. OP, I doubt you're watching this, but if you are, you sound awesome. And you deserve so much better than him. And you will get so much better than him. And all of those struggles over the past 10 years, yeah, you're going to have a relationship that is going to feel like a vacation compared to that.
Yeah. Next story. My female 27 best friend, female 27, says my fiance, male 28, admitted feelings for her. He denies it. Ooh, okay. A doozy. Another doozy.
Her fiance, huh?
Huh.
Dudes be proposing just to be like, psych, I don't actually like this chick.
That's crazy. One last shot.
One last shot. Hey,
Okay.
you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I mean?
Right. Say something now or you'll regret it forever, buddy. So, I've been with my fiance since I was 17. 10 years together. And I've been best friends with my friends since we were 8. Generally, they have gotten on fine throughout that time. Until a few years ago, when my friend picked me up after a few drinks one night. I hadn't known she was buzzed, and we got in a wreck. We were both fine, but he thinks she's irresponsible, so he's been just very formal polite to her since then. When she comes to visit me, he goes into the other room to play video games or something. Anyways, about 2 weeks ago, she texted me and asked me to get lunch with her. Places are open in our area. Oh, this must have been during COVID or something, maybe. I met up, Florida. I met up for her, and she tells me that my fiance told her that he had feelings for her and wanted them to be together, but she told him no. I was obviously upset and asked when this happened. Where did he message her? Can I see the message? Etc. She immediately got really angry with me, accusing me of not believing her when we've been friends so long. I asked that she at least tell me where when this happened, even if there is no proof, and she refused, saying if after all this time of friendship I won't believe her, then I'm better off being with a dirty cheater, and stormed off before the food even got to the table. I went home to talk to my fiance about it, really upset, of course. He seemed genuinely confused about the accusation, from what I could tell, and asked when she is saying this happened, since he's very rarely around her. The only time he ever sees her is if he walks throughout the living room to get food from the kitchen before going back to his office, and he's never been in the house with her alone. I admitted she wouldn't tell me because she thinks I should just believe her. Brought up that he could have messaged her it, and he immediately handed me his phone and told me to, if looking through it would help, to go ahead. I went through the whole thing, and honestly nothing. They're not even friends on my social media. He doesn't have any weird extra texting apps, no contacts that are weird in his phone. He does have her number in his phone, but there's no messages to her or any calls to or from her. He's also been working from home. I do all our shopping, running around, so only one of us has to go out. He has asthma, so he's really not gone out much the last year. We have security cameras at our place, so her dropping by without the system giving my phone an alert that there was a person is unlikely. So unless he texted her and immediately deleted it, so she'd have proof, I'd assume. He happened to run into her the 1 or 2 times he's been out in the last year, or he raced out of his house to proclaim his love to her while I was in the bathroom. I have no clue where this could have happened. So I'm inclined to believe him. Seeing as we've been together for 10 years, I can't think of when this happened, and she won't tell me anything else. Our mutual friends are divided. Some saying it's suspect she won't tell me anything, but others saying as her best friend I should believe her because there's no reason for her to lie, whereas my fiance would have a reason to if he did it. I don't want to believe at this point. My friend is still completely shut down on me. I called her trying to talk about it, but she told me not to contact her again unless I believe her, and hung up on me. My fiance has been completely open about everything. Part of me is wondering if she's lying because she knows he doesn't like her from what happened a few years ago and is trying to break us up. Then, part of me is wondering if he really did text her that and she is telling the truth and being so difficult for no apparent reason. Any advice on how to handle this? Damn, that's a tough situation.
That was like so completely different than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I thought for sure it was going to be like slam dunk her boyfriend or
Piece of
fiance.
shit,
Yeah,
right. I mean, it definitely sounds like
friend's
her
crazy.
friend, yeah.
And honestly, it tracks because if she's been friends with her since they were 8, and now they're fiance. Like now she's about to get married.
Right,
to
she
this
wants her
guy,
best friend back.
Right, this guy who doesn't give her the time of day and also judged her for tipsy driving, I guess, and then crashing.
Right.
Which is valid to be upset about.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy. And then her saying oh, I'm not even gonna talk to you unless you promise to believe me is crazy red flag where it's okay.
She got way too upset.
Right. And no, absolutely no receipts. I will say the friends, the other friends saying oh, maybe you should believe her. It does make me think if there is something
There's
about
a
this
conspiracy?
guy.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, could you think a conspiracy to break him up?
I mean, I would like to have info on the toxicity level of these friends that are siding with the friend who said this. Are they the partiers of the friend group? Are they, you know what I'm saying? Are they the ones that could benefit from having their best friend back to party with and be reckless with?
I'm inclined to believe the fiance. And I can see that okay, her friend's probably jealous as hell. It'd be awesome if this turned into her best friend being in love with her and started losing her mind. Not awesome for the real people in the
Yeah,
situation,
right,
but just awesome for us.
Right, just the drama and the tea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
that
mean,
drama.
the genuine confusion that he showed, he'd have to be like a true like sociopath to like, pull it off so good, so genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough situation to be in, like especially if you've never like, um, you know, your friends never showed like qualities like this before.
Yeah.
It's a toughie. It's a toughie. Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Let's dig deeper.
All right, commenter number 1. It really sounds like your friend made it up. It's obvious that in a situation like that, when she told you, would have been shocked and wanted more information, and if she was telling the truth, she would have done all she could to absolutely make you certain about it, because a fiance cheating, obviously, is a big deal. Also, what makes the story so improbable is that if he doesn't even like her character, they don't talk, nor do they have a good friendship. At most, he could have wanted to have sex with her, not told her he had feelings for her. Like what? When a boyfriend cheats, usually it's because of physical attraction, that maybe if the cheating continues can develop into feelings. But I've only ever heard about a few specific cases like this, but it was when a guy confessed to her freaking best friends of 10 years rather than some bitch who got my girlfriend in an accident. Okay, I think this is a reply to that. Yeah, like honestly, if it happened prior to the accident, I think I would have been more likely to believe her, since we all hung out together, and they both said good things about each other. Since the accident, he's made it clear to me that he doesn't want to even be around her, but tolerated her because I cared about her. But part of me started questioning if he was only saying all that as some cover because he has had feelings. But that feels like I'm just overthinking at this point. Just my thoughts on this, but if she was telling you the truth, she'd easily give you details. The fact she just got angry right away and insisted you should believe her after her giving you news that would have been a total shock to you is insane. To me, it sounds like she decided to lie when you went to question her. She panicked and got mad. If I had to lay a bet, she isn't giving details because it never happened. She probably knows he doesn't leave the house. You'd know if she was there. Texting would leave evidence when she doesn't have, and she hasn't been in the house or room alone with him for longer than 40 seconds, from the poster. Honestly, that makes the most sense of this mess. I don't know why she would lie, really. Whether it's she had feelings for him I never knew about, or just mad at him for being mad at her. But I guess the reason why doesn't matter in how I should handle this. OOP explains more about the car accident incident that caused the rift between her fiancé and her best friend. We'd planned that she'd pick me up and I'd spend the night at her place since we wanted to have a movie night, have a few drinks, and my fiancé and I only had the one car at the time. She showed up to pick me up and I got in the car not knowing she'd already had a couple drinks before getting there. On the way back to her place, she suddenly veered off the road and smashed into a tree. Neither of us were badly hurt, luckily, but her car was totaled. People whose yard it was called the police, and some cars stopped to check on us. She was arrested for driving intoxicated, and the ambulance that showed up took me to the hospital to look over, since I did have some cuts and the airbags had went off. So my fiancé had to come pick me up from the hospital in the middle of the night, and since then he's made it clear he doesn't want to be around her, thinks she's irresponsible, and only tolerates her because I forgave her. He says he can't forgive her because she could have killed us both. She thinks he doesn't understand that people make mistakes and that it isn't fair to blame her for the whole thing since the road was slippery, and in the end we were fine.
Yeah, okay. She sounds immature.
Totally understandable. He almost killed her, the love of his life. I don't blame him for... Yeah. Okay, update. We ready for update?
Yep.
Anything before update?
Nope, unless you want to play some bets.
Oh, all the bank on this bitch is crazy. That's my bet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to I want more twists because it seems so open shut. I want it to have more twists. But no, it probably just is a crazy bitch being a crazy bitch, because that's so
maybe
much of life.
maybe there's a conspiracy we're about to find out about.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
the friends want their party girlfriend back.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. If it was a conspiracy,
Yeah.
I think there would have been more things well executed. It
Yeah,
doesn't
wasn't
sound
very
like
well
that
executed at all.
whatsoever. No, I think it's just a crazy bitch. I'm gonna hope that her friend's in love with her.
In love with her, okay.
Yeah, because
Alright.
her, like, wanting to have a movie night with her that night of the accident.
Right, right.
And showing up already tipsy, it's like
A little nervous.
maybe that was the night she was gonna profess
she was gonna
her
put the
sweet
move on.
lesbian love to her,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
got ruined because she
Ruined.
was drunk.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I woke up the morning after the post and hadn't expected that many responses. I sat and read them all, and it was pretty unanimous that she was lying for some reason. And if she wasn't lying, she was being a crap friend for how she went about this. Some comments also really made me realize how much shit my fiance has had to go through because of her presence in my life. So I woke him up and told him I believed him and apologized for letting this drag on like I did. I took some advice of someone and made a group chat minus the now ex-best friend and sent them the post and just asked that they read it. Most of them sort of waffled until one said, had she not known either of us, it would be obvious who was lying, and they all agreed it was too suspect. One of them called me shortly after, asking me to meet up with her to talk, so I did. She is the one closest to ex-best friend other than myself. She basically told me ex-best friend has been complaining about my fiance for like half a year to her, about how he's still mad and he must be making me spend less time with her, that I'm going to marry someone that is actively trying to tear us apart as friends. She was able to show me some text where ex-best friend was saying those sorts of things, and one of her in her maid of honor dress with a text saying, my dress for the funeral of our friendship. Then leading up to now, where friend was asking her if it was true, and she was snapping at her too, through text to stop questioning her, and it doesn't matter if she is lying anyway. Friend said she hadn't reached out to me prior because she thought after the wedding, ex-best friend would realize it wasn't as bad as she thought it was going to be. Then, when all this happened, she didn't think that texts were proof enough to show me and nuke our relationship, but the post made her feel bad for not showing me them. Not enough evidence? I think it's pretty solid. A lot more than she had. So, she gave me some of the screenshots, and I went to ex-best friend's apartment myself to talk to her. She let me in, and I asked her if she had anything to tell me before we went any further. She doubled down that she refuses to give me details, repeating the same stuff. So I told her I knew she was lying and had proof she was. Showed her the screenshots I had, which she accused other friend of photoshopping to make her look bad. Once I told her I read them in person off a friend's phone, she started going on about how everyone is trying to tear up our friendship after the accident and how it isn't fair on her. Damn, she just woke up in a shit-ass timeline, huh? From that thing. I told her maybe if she'd apologize and try to make changes in her life instead of insisting for years it's not her fault and then coming up with this lie, maybe none of that would have happened. Told her that even had she been telling the truth, the way she chose to tell me and make this some shitty loyalty test instead of her telling me some of the most devastating news of my life shows she isn't a good friend to me. I forgave the accident because I cared for her and took it as a mistake, but obviously that care doesn't go both ways. Told her to not contact me again and that I told friend group of everything going on. Sent them the screenshots and they can make their own decisions of who they do and don't want to spend time with based on the information they have, but I won't be seeing her again. I will be blocking her on everything and to not attempt to fix this because it's unforgivable. I still feel mentally and emotionally drained from all this, but there's also a massive weight lifted off my shoulders. As for the wedding, instead of choosing another friend in this group, I asked my fiance's little sister to be my maid of honor, and she's very excited. Aw.
Dang, that's gonna be her maid of honor. Best friend.
Right, that's crazy. Fiance is also relieved he doesn't have to deal with ex-best friend anymore and says he's just happy it's all settled. As for the rest of my friends, the one that showed me the text, I'm not going to stay in contact with her either since she had all this and only showed me out of guilt. The other, I guess I'll see how it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Edit. About the friend who told me. Maybe in time I can move past it.
Okay, people must have been like, that's a
Right,
little
right.
harsh, dude.
But right now, I can't really look at her. It's not just that she didn't tell me right away, I just feel uncomfortable. I would spend time with the two of them a lot, and to know there was conversations about my fiance, the wedding, the relationship, and our friendship going between them like that, just,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Friends are gonna talk about
Right,
friends.
right. The maid of honor dress photo, I'm literally next to her in the picture. She knew BF had these feelings so strongly. Was my maid of honor and essentially hated my partner at this point. Then, when best friend told the whole friend group this situation and they all came at me about not believing her and having to explain my side and only half of them listened to me, she was one of the ones that said I should listen to BF.
Okay.
Yeah. When she knew all the stuff she'd been saying, and essentially confessing to her that it was a lie. She didn't do anything herself, but she watched it all happen until she felt too guilty, and right now, that just hurts, and I'm not sure I want her in my life. TLDR, whatever that means.
Too long didn't read.
Yep. Okay. She's a selfish, crappy friend that tried to tear my relationship apart, and I'm not speaking to her again. Okay. Comment 1. I get why you feel the way you do. I've been where you are right now, but whatever you do, don't shoot the messenger. Could she have reached out sooner? Yes, of course. But when she realized how serious the situation actually was, she reached out to you. It must have been one of the hardest things she's ever had to do because she knew that her aground would have a very, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, very serious impact on two of her friends and their continuing relationship. Ultimately, she showed you where her loyalty lay, with you and with doing the right thing. By all means, take some time and distance to think about things, but don't go cutting people off just yet.
Yeah, some people have a really hard time getting involved in things. Like,
right,
that's one thing, like,
Could have been
growing
that
up
too,
that
yeah.
I've realized is, like, sometimes you want people to be, like, it's like, why aren't you stepping in? Like, you know that you could, like, help resolve this problem. And a lot of people are just like, it's not my business.
Don't
like,
want to be the bearer of bad news.
Or yeah, they just feel like, yeah, some people don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, is there a whole thought process about how that's what enacts or what that's what enables evil in the world? Yeah, but that's just how people are. Some people were just raised or too anxious or afraid to get involved.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the distancing. It doesn't have to be an official cutoff, but like, yeah, no, more of an acquaintance at this point.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. Any
I'm disappointed it didn't turn into
I know
lesbian
some
fanfic.
girl love, some potential could have been girl love.
Yeah, we should do a queer episode. Queer episode.
All right. Any last comments? Any thoughts? Any have you
How's it
gained any
feel?
good insights?
Oop, you just spiked it. How do you feel having hosted?
I feel good. You know, we did record that one time for my podcast that will eventually happen that I've been talking about and procrastinating on this and that. But I do have plans. It is a pre-New Year's resolution. I've got a vacation planned. I'm making it a point. Hold me to it, world. I am going to get down to business on my vacation that is scheduled for the end of the year, as long as it gets approved. I'm going to set up some dates to record some podcasts, and I'm going to edit, and I'm going to post. And that is my intention, and I'm going to do it.
Are you still going to grace us with your presence here, or am I going to have to start finding guests for this?
Oh, no. This is a thing. We're doing this.
This is the thing.
I'd like to do it more. I love these. These are this is these have really opened me up to feel more comfortable in front of the camera, in front of the microphone, and it's been good practice.
I mentioned it to someone who listens to our pod. I can't remember who, about how you've been trying to, like, you've been on the pod to try to kind of get your what do they call them, your swimming legs?
Yeah, I guess. Sure, my feet wet.
Your feet wet. Yeah.
It's been good practice.
Yeah,
It's been good practice.
Good.
Yeah, and I needed it because, I mean, like, the first couple of times we recorded episodes, I was definitely, like, super nervous. As soon as we started to, like, go for it, I would, like, freeze up, not know what to say, and just be super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I was, like, on the other end of the spectrum today where I was, like, delirious and just being silly. But, I don't know. I'm definitely getting more relaxed and able to function.
Yeah, you're doing great. What I was saying was that the person said that you've been doing so much better.
Oh, yeah?
Like, yeah.
Who said that?
I don't know. I can't remember. One of our listeners.
Oh, well, thank
Shout
you.
out. But yeah, I think you did great. And you know, we can do pods anytime. I was actually thinking, and maybe I'll make it a thing. Dylan, would you please host?
Are you proposing to me right now? Oh.
No. Would you please host an episode of Realistic Intentionality?
Would I host
An interview a guest?
Wow. Okay. You have someone in mind?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Me.
Okay.
I still have yet to get interviewed.
Wow.
I've
yeah,
done
of course.
podcasts.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Almost a year now, and so January 11th. So the day that Realistic Intentionality is scheduled to be posted is the 1 year anniversary of the premiere, because I had premiered January 11th.
Nice.
So we're approaching the 1st year anniversary of it.
Okay.
And I thought maybe it'd be fun if you interviewed me.
Yes, certainly. I feel honored.
Yeah, well, you're a recurring guest yourself, but you know, I think it'd be cool for you to interview me about how I've, like, had this platform for a year and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You guys will have to keep an eye out for that.
What's the date? What did
January
you say
11th
January
is
11th.
when that will premiere, because that will be the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that on my vacation. The vacation is going to be the week between that weird week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, and honestly, I have so many pods. In case you guys didn't know, on this platform, I host or co-host a different podcast called Two Mamas No Manual with my dear friend Leah. So we have a lot of pods scheduled to be recorded. So all my equipment is pretty much going to be up for like the next month and a half.
Yeah.
So even if you're like just home doing something, if like I'm doing something and you kind of want to play around, fiddle with the equipment, you definitely can.
Yeah, for sure. Well, awesome. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to host and blessing me with your presence.
Oh, yeah,
I always love doing these. These are awesome.
Well, sacred goddess of love and light.
My sacred goddess of love and light. Thank you for blessing my life with your presence and abundance of love. I appreciate you. You are amazing.
You know how I do.
And you are a blessing to the world.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I love you.
Thank you. I love you. So should we smooch on camera?
Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your presence. You're freaking awesome. We thank you. We love you.
You deserve to create the life that you exist for. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you watch this far. Please give a like. Please share. Our prosperity depends on you. So.
You. It's all on your shoulders.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, and give us 5 stars if you're listening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace.